Tottenham have just won a football match. Yes, that is correct. Tottenham have won a football match. Brennan Johnson has found his level. Tottenham scraped past Southampton in what would looked nervy performance. Not the best of games, again, from us. I don't know why Ange Postecoglou decides to risk Romero, Porro, James Maddison, Solanke, and Son, and Spence. This Southampton team absolutely stink. And we have got the biggest game of our season. The biggest of biggest games this upcoming Thursday against Frankfurt. We're playing bottom of the league, who have just been announced relegated, one of the worst Premier League sides, and he decides to go with a fairly strengthened Tottenham team. We'll get into that in a second. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. Let me know your thoughts on the game. As it stands, people, we are 578 subs away from the big 50K. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you get down, hit that subscribe button. 90% of you who watch the content every month are not subscribed. Now, this was Tottenham's lineup: Vicario, Porro, Romero, Davis, Spence. I actually was happy with the midfield. I actually think on form, this is probably our best midfield. This is the midfield I will probably play against Frankfurt. Bergvall, of course, a top player, 18, 19 years of age. Maddison gives us that creativity. And Bentancur at the moment is the best out of the bunch, out of Bissouma and Sarr. Johnson, like I said, found his level. Solanke and Son. Brennan Johnson's all-round wing play. We'll get into that. There is one thing he can do, and that is finish in the box. That is the only thing this guy can do. He is the definition of a poacher. A Southampton side that have got a player that we are looking at, Tyler Dibling. Don't think he done too well today. Aribo, of course, we know him. Ex-Arsenal goalkeeper Ramsdale. Ex-Tottenham player Kyle Walker-Peters. Bednarak. I mean, their team is absolutely horrendous. He rests, of course, your doggy, Van de Ven. But I don't understand why he did not rest the rest of these guys. You could have played a very, very weakened side and we would have got the jump done today. But that was absolute dross. Absolute dross. It really, really was. I'm sorry, but, you know, we restored a 2-goal lead at the death, but struggling at times against Southampton. We did go 1-0 up early. Djed Spence, again, getting involved with things. You know, it is a very good finish. It was a really good move from us. Spence overlapping run, cut back to the byline, and there is Johnson to make it 1-0. And like I said, Johnson in and around the box is a very good finisher. However, this guy can't beat his man. He doesn't use his pace effectively. For me, I need to see more getting down to the byline yourself, putting dangerous balls in for Solanke. Yet again, how many clear-cut chances did we create for Dominic Solanke this game? You know, you haven't got any flair in your game at all. You are literally just a back post tap-in merchant. And that's fine if we're going to use that effectively, but we don't get him in the area enough to do that. You know, we did go 1-0 up. We should have had a second, but it was offside. Bergvall, from a close range effort, was ruled out. And I thought, oh, here we go. Here we go. And then probably the best goal of the game, we may get 2-0. James Maddison, once again, the creativity in his game is the best at this football club. Johnson get his second with a fantastic finish. Really, really good finish. A decent flowing move as well. It was really, you know, for me, it was really, that was the killer in the game. You know, Southampton are absolutely dross. They are one of the worst teams I've ever seen in this league. But yet we still made somewhat hard of it. They did score at the end, but so did we. Decent outside of the boot finish from Brennan Johnson. We get into half time. And at this point, I'm thinking, right, second half, take off Maddison now. Take off Johnson now. Bring on Odebear and Tell. You know, give maybe Van der Ven maybe the last 20 minutes to keep that fitness level up. But for whatever reason, you know, we didn't. Glorious pass from James Maddison early on. Nearly made it 3-1. Nearly made it 3-1. He did make some changes, Ange. He brought on Odebear for Son, Sarr for Bentancur. One of the players I would have taken off is Romero. We desperately need him fit and firing. We've got 2 massive Premier League games coming up as well in terms of having a strong end to the season against West Ham and Wolves. We've also got Forest coming up soon as well. I'll be honest with you guys. That really was a bit of a struggle today to watch. I'm not going to lie. And those games coming up, we still to this day, we lack a killing threat. He brought on Bissouma. He brought on Archie Gray for Bergwijn Maddison. Southampton did put it in the back of the net in the 90th minute from Matheus Fernandes. And at this point, I was like, here we go. Here comes the Spursy. And, conceding a goal to Southampton's bad enough, but nearly inviting them back in, they got the goal. They probably did deserve the goal based on the second half performance. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest about it. They did deserve the goal. I thought they showed some decent stuff in the second half. The ball gets into Fernandes at the back post, who chests it down and calmly finishes through Vicario's legs. And then we do get a penalty right at the end. Matthias Tell, who restores our 2-goal lead and makes it 3-1 Tottenham. But overall, that was absolutely a really, really boring game of football. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy we won. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really mean much, does it? Let's just be brutally honest. We're not getting relegated. We're not getting Europe. So I guess we're playing for pride at this point. We are just about above Man United on goal difference. And we are only 5 points off of Brentford, who, of course, drew to Chelsea. Crystal Palace has still got a game to play. Well, I think that's against Newcastle United. West Ham are only above by 2 points. We have to play Wolves on Sunday, I believe. If they do beat us, they're only 2 points behind. I'm not confident for any one of our Premier League games remaining. This was the one I thought was an absolute dead cert for Tottenham to go out there and win the game. We still have to play Wolves away. We've still got to play Liverpool away. We've still got to play West Ham away. We still have to go and play Villa away. And, of course, we have Liverpool in there as well as Frankfurt home and away. We do not have an easy set of fixtures coming up. Let's just be brutally honest. That was, the easiest you're going to get. Crystal Palace is not going to be an easy game. Wolves in there as well. If Wolves and Forest beat us and Wolves win the game after us, we could be sitting. If West Ham beat us as well, my word. West Ham are a terrible side. I watched parts of their game last night on Match of the Day against Bournemouth. And it is absolutely, they are diabolical. They really, really are. Let me know your thoughts down below. I honestly think this Tottenham side, I think we are where we are for a reason. Our manager is just, let's not even bother talking about it. 1 week he's ear cupping our fans. The next week he's asking them to celebrate. We scraped past Southampton. Look at our recent results as well in the league. Lost, 2-0 to Fulham and 1-0 to Chelsea. Drew with Bournemouth. Lost to City. Beat Ipswich and Man United, fair enough. Beat Brentford, fair enough. Lost to Leicester. Leicester City. Lost to Everton. Lost to Newcastle. Drew with Wolves only back in December. I'm not looking forward to this Frankfurt game. I'm going to be brutally honest. This manager and this team have got to have the best game of their life for us to get through, because we don't have enough quality at this moment in time. We give up so many chances every single game. How many chances did Southampton have today? How many shots? Southampton had one less shot than us, and they are relegated. The possession was practically even. The shots were even. The passing accuracy was bang on even. Look at the passes. We had 6 more passes than them. This is relegated Southampton. What hope has anyone got of us going out there and beating Liverpool or Forest or flipping Villa away, who are battling it out to get a Champions League position? And look where we are. Look where we are. Listen. Yeah. I want this season to end. We're hanging on to the Frankfurt game. That is the only opportunity we have got of winning a major honour this season, and we are hanging on to it for dear life. That Thursday game is our entire season, so let's just see what happens. Today I expected a win, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video. Liverpool match reaction will be out later as well. Of course, you got Manchester City, Man United, the derby coming up soon. So there'll be a match reaction out for that as well. And I will see you all soon. I am out.